the streets, they need that. I'm in my own zone, I don't care about no feedback. Just label him a messenger, a warrior, somebody you should know. Exclusive with the flow, you can't buy this in no store. Alright.
What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? So, just a couple things that I want to address, and I'm gonna do it as I possibly can. So this is not a boxing video, but this is going to be about the boxing community. And I always say that it's best to lead by example, and that's exactly what and I've always tried to lead by example, but I'm actually going to take it a step further than what I've done in the past. Not that there was anything wrong with the way I was doing things, but as I near the 1 year mark of being on YouTube making boxing videos, I think that there should be, I should always be striving for maturity and growth, and I'm definitely, wanting to do that. And there's just a couple things that I'm going to be doing from here on out. I've actually been seeing a lot of disturbing content on how certain, from people I respect, and I'm not going to name drop anybody, and to be honest, I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do. I mean, y'all are grown men. You know what you're doing. And, if that's the way you want to run your channel, I'm not going to disrespect you by telling you should only talk about this, or you should talk about or keep it boxing, any of that. I'm not gonna do, because you're a grown man. You have free will. So do what you feel you got to do. But I may start disassociating with certain people. There's not really anybody in mind right now. I'm just putting it out there. There might be some dissociation going on in the near future. I mean, it all really depends on what you're putting out there. Now, don't get me wrong. If you feel that you got to address somebody else in the community, there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, it just has to do with how you go about that. And if you feel that I'm talking about you, feel free to DM me. I'm a reasonable guy. I'm not going to outright just come at you and insult you or anything like that. We can have a decent, humane conversation, and at the end of the conversation, we could either agree to disagree, or we might have a better understanding, whatever the case may be. Now, it was probably about a month and a half ago, 2 months even, where Zone 6 had said, it's a new day, and he don't have no problem with anybody. And I think Zone 6 is done with videos, with making boxing videos. That's what it seems like at this point in time. But that was a very good thing that he did. It was a very good concept. And I'm going to go ahead and adopt that, Even to 68 Triumphant. At this time, got no problem with you. In fact, I'm even going to subscribe, and we'll go from there. Anybody else who has felt that we have a beef in the past, I don't have no beef with you. And I don't know if Ray Correa ever saw this, but I did mention that we squashed our beef, and I'm very glad that we did. And he told me that he'll be making boxing videos eventually, and I did subscribe to him. So he still hasn't made any videos, but we'll see what happens. But I have seen some disturbing behavior as of recent. And you know, I think it's uncalled for, but I'm not gonna point any of it out. I'm gonna stay subscribed and just see what happens. But there's a possibility that I might unsubscribe from you. Now, for anybody who I ever unsubscribed from, anybody who we've had differences, or if I do end up blocking you, because till this day I still haven't blocked nobody, but if I do end up blocking you, I do believe in forgiveness. I do believe in second chances. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be very cautious, but I do believe in second chances. So I got no beef with nobody, no one at all. And if you disagree with somebody who makes boxing videos, there's no need to tell them what to do and insult them. Really, I think you should try to DM and see if you can hash out your differences before you make anything public. That's the way I feel about it. Now, that being said, there's a bunch of people that I want to collab with, and I'm, you know, God willing, I'll probably be doing a collab with H Money later today. I also Coach Shelton Harrison is another one. Coach, you got my number. Please hit me up. Definitely would like to do a collab with you. Been working on doing collabs with other people too. And if you want to do a collab with me, just reach out. Reach out to me. You don't have to agree with me. That's not what I'm all about. I'm in a sense, I'm above, and I don't want to come off as condescending when I say this. I don't think that I'm better than anybody or anything like that, but in a sense, I am above a lot of people when it comes to that. And there's people who are like this in the community, but there's more that are not, where we can have a difference in opinion and still be cool. I'm going to be, like I said, God willing, I'm going to be doing this collab with H Money today, hopefully. And he's a fan of a lot of fighters that I'm not particularly a fan of. Now, some fighters he likes that I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Andre Ward. But, there's many fighters that he likes that I don't particularly care for. And vice versa. There's fighters that I like that he doesn't particularly care for. But we can still be cool, So all this strife that happens in the community, it doesn't have to be that way. And I think really a lot of this stuff could be avoided by reaching out and getting to know the person. Don't just, because here's the thing, when we're talking about boxing and we make boxing videos, you are getting some of our personality with it, but a majority is what you're getting is just our view on boxing. But you don't really know that person. And I really think that a lot of this strife could be avoided if a lot of us would just get to know each other and put your boxing opinions aside. Like, it doesn't have to be for instance, you see death threats. When in actuality, a lot of these people who were threatening other people, if you were to bump into each other on the street and had a conversation that had nothing to do with boxing, you could even be best friends. So, I'm just hoping that this resonates with somebody. That this kind of opens somebody's eyes and says, you know what, let me just take a step back. Let me reach out to this person. And as long as you're willing to do it when you're not pissed, because don't try to hash stuff out when you're pissed off. Like if you're feeling some type of way, you may want to cool down first. But try having a conversation. Doesn't mean you have to be all buddy-buddy, but as long as you're being respectful and the other party is willing to be respectful, which I know you have no control over the other person, but as long as you're doing your part to be respectful and they're doing the same, I mean, I think a lot of this stuff can be avoided. But anyways, that's all the time I got. Leave a comment. And to all my subscribers, anybody who watches my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble on this video, hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
How you think you gon' stop the movement? You ain't that important, baby. I'ma keep moving. How you think you gon' stop the movement?